Hi there, students. Crock. A crock. Okay, a crock is a large pot made of baked clay. So it's this pot with this red-brown colour, a crock pot, if you like. It's a large earthenware pot. You could also say the crocks, the cups, the plates, the dishes, but that's very old-fashioned. It's short for crockery. Yeah, the crockery, the cups, the plates, the dishes, etc. You can also use this a crock to talk about an old person in British English. So yeah, I'm becoming an old crock. Or also an old car in bad condition, an old banger. Yeah, as I said, once upon a time I bought an old crock for £25 and it lasted for more than a month. So a crock is a pot. But for example, a crock of gold, if you go to the end of the rainbow, so it's said, then you will find a crock of gold, a pot of gold. They very often use this phrase as well. That's a crock, a load of rubbish. Stop that. It's a crock what he's telling you. This is short for a crock of shit, a crock of excrement, something that's not true. So what he's telling you is a crock. It's a bunch of crock. It's stupid. It's not right. It's nonsense. The story that he's telling you is a bunch of crock. Okay, so crock. Notice crocodile, crock, without the K at the end. So a crock, a piece of earthenware, an earthenware jar, an earthenware pot for storage or for cooking. Also very often pieces of broken earthenware. So take a pot and put some crocks in the bottom, then put some earth and plant your plant inside that crock, inside that pot with the crocks to give it drainage. A crock, an obvious lie. What he's telling you is a crock. That rumour is a crock. There's no way it's going to happen like that. So crock, a crock pot, an earthenware vessel or a broken one. That story is just a crock. It's just not true. A crock, something that's worn out and decrepit, to crock up, to become disabled. Now, I think the Australians use this word crock quite a lot. For example, he got totally crocked last night, drunk. That to me sounds very Australian. Okay, so yeah, he was absolutely crocked. What she's telling you is a crock. She never ever even met him. Okay, so crock, a crock. The crock pot, the crock broke when he dropped it. This is about earthenware, pieces of earthenware. This comes from Old English, crocker, or Old Norse, krukka. Krukka, talking about a jar. Yeah, krukka. Danish and Norwegian, krukka, a jar. From Proto-Germanic, krukko, a vessel. So a crock. Primarily a pot, a crock pot. I think there's a brand of cooker named a crock pot, a large electric cooking pot with a lid to cook things at a low temperature for a long time. The recipe with the beans is easy to prepare in a crock pot. So yeah, you make it in the crock pot and leave it to cook for 4 hours. You can cook the pinto beans all day on low in the crock pot. But a crock, he keeps his coffee in a pottery crock. She cooked a delicious stew in the crock pot. The old man stored his valuable coins hidden in a crock. The chef prepared the meal using a traditional clay crock. I accidentally dropped the crock and it shattered to pieces. My granny used to make pickles in a large crock. The potter crafted a beautiful crock for the exhibition. She stored the homemade sauerkraut in a crock with a tight lid. Okay, so a crock. And then to crock, to get drunk, to get old. But a crock, that's a crock. What he's telling you is a crock of shit, a load of rubbish. So, formality. A crock pot, 5 informality. Use a crock to cook this slowly, 5 informality. That's a crock, that's absolute rubbish. 3 informality, 2.5 informality. So, crock. Ooh, thank you to Habi for the suggestion for this one. Bye for now.